This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Want to feel more creative but don't have the right laptop? Lenovo.com can help. Look through our legendary lineup of AI-powered PCs and devices and find the one that fits your passion. Our PCs powered by Intel Core Ultra processors, as well as cutting-edge AI tools, allow students to focus, learn, and create with ease. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel inside. Plus, college students and teachers can get 5% off their order. Shop now on Lenovo.com. The future's waiting, and it needs you.
Man.
Get ready to experience the magic of James Taylor live in concert. Don't miss out on seeing the legendary singer-songwriter along with his all-star band when they take the stage at XL Energy Center on June 17th. Enter for your chance to win a pair of tickets to this incredible show at KFAN.com keyword contest. Yeah.
I was famished. Couple 13-14 past. I'm Common. He's 10 to be. Program password comes up in just a few short minutes. Next segment, as a matter of fact, we'll be in Marnes against Crease and Rose. Right now, though, it's time for 534.
Time now for 5 questions. Well, actually 3, but 5 sounds like more than 4. Question number 1. It's time now for What's Your Rank?
Attention.
Common, of course, we have 4 core men's teams, sports teams in this town.
Yeah.
Which means we have 4 general managers: Kwesi Adolfo-Mensah, Derek Falvey, Tim Connolly, and Bill Guerin. How would you rank them from best to worst, those 4 GMs?
Best to worst. Hard to argue with Connolly. I mean, he's had his team in the Western Conference Finals 2 years in a row. It's not all on the GM, because I also think Falvey, for the most part, has done a fairly good job with the farm system, developing some pitching. Matter of fact, you'll remember that the Twins ownership basically says the reason they were attracted to Falvey was because of the pitching staff one of the reasons is the pitching staff that Cleveland was able to put together. Don't know. We'll find. I think we'll find out more about Billy Guerin this offseason, because now that Suter Parisi deal is basically off of our back. And Kwesi, he's signed some nice free agents, we think. Certainly last year they signed some players that were instrumental in propping up that defense and making it better than it was the year before. Though there again, I don't know who gets the credit there. Is that B-Flow telling Kwesi, these are the guys I'd like to get? Okay, I'll see what I can do. Now he still has to negotiate the deals with the agents and this and that and that. I think he's responsible for that. So I don't, that we've talked about it, tend to be the draft picks have left, I think, quite a bit to be desired. We'll know more with McCarthy. And again, is it, he drafted him, but is it McCarthy pushing for, or O'Connell pushing for him? So I don't know. I guess I would go. It's hard to argue with Connolly number 1, Falvey number 2, Guerin 3, and Kwesi 4. Am I not giving Kwesi enough credit? Do you think maybe Kwesi over Guerin?
I think it's an interesting question, because I think you could survey 50 people and you could have many different ones that have one of them at 1, one of them at 4, and then it's completely opposite the other way. I think both Falvey and Bill Guerin, to a certain extent, have had to be a general manager with a hand tied behind their back. So we really haven't gotten the full Bill Guerin experience because of the Parisi Suter contracts. We're not going to get the full Derek Falvey experience because there are limitations on payroll. And then even if you look at Guerin and Connolly, has Connolly been that great? I'm not saying Connolly's been bad, but like his number one player, he didn't draft, right? Like Anthony Edwards is the main reason that team has gone to the Western Conference Finals in the last 2 years. You can build around him. I'm not certain the Rudy Gobert trade yet was a good trade because they gave up a lot for him and he can't even be on the floor half the time in big games in the playoffs. For the Wild, like Bill Guerin didn't draft Kirill Kaprizov. He didn't draft Matt Boldy. So a lot of your best players in the Wild, like Bill Guerin wasn't responsible for. So I don't know. And Kwesi, we've all said, appears as if he's made some really good moves. I think Kwesi's best move he's made, and whether it was all him or I don't know how much ownership had to do with it, was hiring Kevin O'Connell. I think that makes a lot of your transactions look better. But if that was all on Kwesi, he deserves credit for that. And they've been winning.
I tend to agree.
Last year. So I think it's kind of a complicated question.
Yes, I think it is. It's controversial.
Question number 2.
It's now time to take an in-depth look at the welfare of the Wolves.
According to Matt Moore, who is an NBA writer, he says the Phoenix Suns are reportedly prioritizing acquiring a center in Kevin Durant trade talks. He said, quote, the Suns have indicated to teams that center is at a premium for them in any KD talks. He might stick around, but their biggest interest is in solving the center position, which has been a disaster since moving on from Ayton. Common, where are you at with Wolves acquiring Kevin Durant, and would you give up Rudy Gobert for him as part of a package of some sort?
I don't know what to make of Gobert anymore. He seems offensively, he's just a non-factor for the most part, right? I know he had that one game where late in the season, he had 27 points and 24 boards. That was what we like to call in the business an anomaly. He's a good shot blocker and can play defense, but I don't know. It's like, now Durantula, speaking of Suet, he wrote I don't know if you read it, a lengthy piece for a columnist on the pros and cons of Kevin Durant. And again, I agreed with much of what was Rit Rat wrote. I just don't know what has Durant got left. He's old. He's 37. How much does he have anything left to prove? I think, wasn't he in finals? Did I read this? I have not paid as close attention to Golden State Warrior Championship Series. Was he the MVP?
He was
finals?
MVP, one of them.
At least one, if not two. So he can flat out play, but I don't know at this stage. And you know, everybody wants to say that him and Ant are tight. How tight are they? I don't know. I wouldn't mind. I can't say I'd be against it, because I got pilloried by a lot of people when I said that I thought maybe our window was starting to close now. 2 Western Conference Finals. I can do the Bum Phillips thing if you want. Door knocked on it, kick it in. Now would be their chance to kick. Will they kick it in, or will they resort to relative obscurity? I don't know what they can do. We all know the players that have. There are a couple of player option guys. There's Nas going to be a free agent. Nas could leave because he has a player option, as does Randall. I'm the only one, I guess, that thinks Ant isn't as good as everybody else says he is. I think he needs to improve his basketball IQ. I think he does not sure when they throw different defensive switches on him, he doesn't know what to do, is what it appears to me. So, but I'm a casual, and I know he's very good. I'm not saying you get rid of him or can't build around him, but I still think he needs to grow there a little bit. I know he's young. He's 23, blah, blah, blah. Spare me. So I wouldn't mind, like I say, when they traded for Gobert, my take was this. I don't like that. I didn't think it was going to work, but as bad as the team's been, I was willing to try anything, and it worked. For the most part, didn't won a playoff series. Then we get to the semis, lost, and then the next year with the Gobert Towns thing, we ran it back, and we got to the Western Conference Finals, and then just before the season, we traded Big Meow, and he became a Bodega Cat. But I'd be willing to entertain it. How about you? I guess I would do it. I don't have a problem with it.
I would say if there's a way to get Kevin Durant without having to give up Jaden McDaniels and without having to give up Julius Randle, I would, and assuming you could then re-sign Naz Reid, I'd have some interest in that.
I don't know if you can do all that. So then you wouldn't. Naz Reid took a step back this year. He wasn't the same Naz Reid as he was. So I'm not sure. If it was like, I don't want Durant if I can't keep Naz, I don't know if that would prevent me from wanting to make the deal. I'd have to know more.
No, I'm just saying, yeah. Well, I mean, if you lose both Naz Reid and Rudy Gobert, then you're searching for a center, and that might be challenging to find given how much they're going to be up against the cap and all that stuff.
That's a good point.
You got to keep one of them.
When you're right, you're right.
And that's it for today's edition of 5 Questions. Well, actually 3 questions, but 5 sounds like more than 4.
It's the moment we've all been waiting for, Tennessee. Lil B and Mars square off against Crease and Rose. Program Password Invitational first semifinal. That's next, right here in the van.
Legendary Bryan Adams is set to wrap up his Roll with the Punches tour at Target Center on November 26th, and you can be there. Check out our contest page to see how you can enter to win a pair of tickets. That's KFAN.com. Keyword contest to enter today.
Hey, welcome back to the Grow. I'm the common man, Dan Cole. He's Tennessee. It's time for Program Password semifinal invitational tournament action. This is our first semifinal match. It features, there they are, the Broads are back. The Broads are back in town. The Broads are back in town. And then there's the legendary Mark Rosen and the legendary John Creasel. A couple of legends against the Broads are back.
We're just happy to be here.
The Broads. What a fraud. He's proving he's a fraud.
Yeah, he's a fraud.
Oh, you should have saw him when they won. He was just
back.
talking.
I heard it.
Trash. Yeah, we can't wait to get those. Oh, yeah.
Cute.
He was
super cute.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He was stunned he'd won, I guess. Is probably what happened. I was
you.
too. Yeah. I was embarrassed that they won.
Yeah.
I mean, Crease is really good.
What?
Crease
I was
really
on my
good.
game.
Yeah, you sure were.
I was. Well, you weren't.
So, anyways, the gals, who did you crush again?
Muss and Foss.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, wait.
They had a bye.
Muss. Crush Muss.
And then Gorgie and I were bested by Creasel and Rosen. And then Friday, the other semifinal matchup, Max and Meat Sauce, the M&M boys.
Yeah. Controversy.
Yeah, very controversy.
We can't say hot dog. There was
right.
in the game.
Yes.
In the game.
Yeah, there was
Still talking
controversy.
about that?
Yes.
And they will take on
I thought it was a great call.
Yeah,
Cole
I do
and
too.
Justin
Just
Guard.
asking.
So it's another great matchup. So, Tennessee, let's turn it over to you. You've got all the numbers.
We got the Broads back. It's too bad that we actually respect John Creasel because then they could do the Frauds back T-shirt.
Shout out to Pat's Printing in Chaska for the uniform.
Printing.
Broads back.
Pat's printing.
He got the Broads back.
All right, ready to play?
Let's play.
Sure. Yes.
Password. Come on, give the password. Give the password.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to play Progrum Password. Here's your host, the very average and plain-looking Tenna B. Hey, Program Password Invitational semifinal action. The winner of today will be playing for a ship. As always, you can watch Program Password at KFAN.com/watch. Here is your program password preview. We have the number 1 seed, Lil B and Marnie Gellner, against the number 4 seed, John Kriesel and Mark Rosen. Power Trip Bets has the Broad Squad, as a minus 17.5 point favorite in this matchup today.
Okay.
When I do this preview, it's going to get a little lengthy here for Lil B and Marnie, so I probably need some time.
All right.
Lil B, lots of numbers to go over. Lil B, 91 and 73 all time. You're 9 away from a Benjamin.
Okay.
Marnie Gellner.
Yes.
Hi.
21 and 5 all time.
Okay.
And that is you've now leaped up to second best all time in program password history.
Love it.
Only one more to overtake. I don't know who it is, but
He's probably not coming back ever again, so that's going to be hard to overtake him.
did he pass?
No, he's still alive for all I know. You also have a 5-game winning streak, which is the longest active
Mars.
winning streak in program password right now.
Thank you.
The two of you as a team, 18 and 3. That is tied for first all time in terms of winning percentage.
Wow. That's pretty good.
And as Common mentioned, you guys beat Kevin Fallness and Mike Mussman 83-10 in the quarterfinals. That was the second biggest margin of victory in the history of program password, and the biggest margin of victory in program password invitational play. Not going to be quite as long for the number 4 seed, John Kriesel and Mark Rose. And Kriesel, you're 6 and 6 all time, but you were the runner-up in the program password invitational in 2024. Mark Rosen, you're 36 and 49.
Roser.
You two defeated Common and Kevin Gorg 80-48 in the quarterfinals.
Really, to be honest.
Well, it was close for a while. He
was close.
Early.
It was
0-0, yeah.
No, I was in 30s, 40s. It was 0-0, yeah. That's true.
We should also mention, I think Common mentioned as well, the other semifinal matchup will take place this Friday at 1:30 p.m. That'll be the number 2 seed, Corey Cove and Justin Gard, versus the number 6 seed, Max Fuller and Meat Sauce. So that'll take place this Friday.
Tickets are sold out for that.
They are?
They
You
are.
can get them on the secondary market, but that's it.
Okay.
The markup is high.
Yeah, really high.
Ridiculous.
All right, we got to do a coin flip. Hold on. Do I have a coin?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hold on. We'll let the higher seed get the coin flip.
All right.
You got it? Yeah, what's going on there?
I got to grab it out of that thing over there.
Okay.
Lil B and Marnie, we let the higher seed choose heads or tails. What would you like to choose?
Tails.
It never fails.
That was a terrible flip.
Okay.
And it is tails.
Yes. Of course.
Tails never fails.
Never
Here we
fails.
go. We're ready to go.
All right. So do you guys have the iPad over there, by the way?
Yes.
Okay.
Zago brought it in.
Lil B
There should
and
be another one, though. Is there 2 of them?
No, there's just one.
we
There's
you
one.
rotate
I
the
didn't
one.
know. Okay, got it. All right.
Lil B and Kriesel, why don't you two take a look at the iPad first, please? The password is ACT. Did you guys see it over there?
I'm nervous and I'm not even playing.
Yeah.
You did see the word?
Awkward pause.
Yeah.
I'm very
Okay.
nervous.
Okay, I didn't see it pop up on my screen. Oh, there we go. Lil B, the option is yours since you won the coin toss. Do you want to go first or second to start out the game today?
Oh, boy.
Tough one.
It is.
Early.
I'll go first.
All right, Lil B and Marnie Gellner for 10.
Performer.
Acrobat.
I like that answer.
Thank you.
Kriesel and Rosen for 9.
Theater. Actor.
One chance to change it.
Actress.
Lil B and Marnie
I don't know what.
for
That's what I
8.
would have said. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Lil B and Marnie for 8.
Perform.
Act.
We're good, though.
Wow.
We're good.
Oh, man.
We got there.
As soon as you said actor and you changed, I'm like, oh, it's actress.
What else could it be?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, she's an
act.
Could
actress.
have been
That's a tough one.
acting.
Carrie Elwes, is that her name?
Yeah, she's
Sherry
an
Ellis.
actress.
She's an actress.
And I thought you were going to say actor when you said acrobat. You started it off.
Oh,
by-
right.
Yeah.
She's going to be in it.
Interesting start.
All right, Lil B and Marnie out to an 8-0 lead. We need Marnie and Rosen to take a look at the iPad, please. The password is group. All right, Rosie, you're down 8 early, so the option is on you. Do you want to go first or second?
Second.
All right, Marnie and Lil B for 10.
Gathering.
Assembly.
Rosen and Creasel for 9.
Team. Party.
Lil B and Marnie for 8.
Collective.
Group.
Yes.
Oh, boy.
Wow, that's a hard one.
That is a hard one. Such
I
a
told you
simple word,
he's
but I
doing
couldn't-
hard words for this. I told you.
Dana, why you gotta do that?
It's the best teams in the state.
Trying to identify the best team. That's what we're trying to do. That's when they put a golf course together for a U.S. Open. They make it tough because they want to identify the best player.
Guess what?
Scotty
We're going to
Scheffler-
sign the scorecard when we're done.
Scotty Scheffler, they don't play him at Como Park.
Well,
They let him tear up the
Great.
course.
Como is a great park, though. You know, one of those dangerous holes out there is number 7. It's right by the zoo. You never know if an ape's going to escape. What the hell?
A hazard.
We're not quitting. If we were wearing
hell
wolves
no.
back shirts, we would already have given up. Wow.
16-0 early here for the Broad squad. Lil B and Creasel need you to take a look at the iPad. The password is security. All right, Creasel, you got the option. You need to get on the board here. Turn this thing around a little bit. You're down 16. You want to go first or second?
First.
All right, Creasel and Rosen for 10.
Social. Network.
Lil B and Marnie for 9.
Payment.
Security.
Oh. God. That was a second clue.
Sounds like you're
Took a swing
pointing
for
the
it.
finger at.
Yeah, just
Sometimes you got to take a swing.
Oh,
teammates
there's
under
a
the
lot of
bus there.
answers to social network, social
Yeah,
security.
that's hard.
Should have been.
Second clue,
Social
basically it was saying, Creasel, you.
I thought because the age.
He
Not at all.
tried to go with the boomer club.
Yeah, that would have been good.
Roser.
Little do you know he cares more about social media than social security at this stage.
Well, it seemed like an appropriate answer.
That was a good answer.
Good answer.
I don't know. It wasn't the right one. It's not going to be good.
No one asked you.
Okay. All right. Okay. Everybody, calm down.
25-0.
Wow.
Lil B and Marnie lead. Rosen and Marnie, take a look at the iPad, please. The password is dust. All right, Rosie, down 25. You guys got to stop the bleeding here. The option is on you. What do you want to do here, first or second?
Man, I hate second.
All right, Marnie and Lil B for 10.
Pledge.
Vow.
Rosie and Creasel for 9.
Messy. Dust.
Yes.
Good call, mine.
Great product. Great
It was
product.
risky.
Pledge was a
But you could pledge it also, Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah.
There are different pledges.
Yep.
Another tough one.
You needed that badly.
Yeah, we did.
Needless to say.
All right,
Nice job, guys.
Creasel and Rosen on the board.
Not gonna get
It's
shut up.
25-9. Well, you're only 1 point away from surpassing Must and Fallness from last week. So
That's a
got that
lofty
going
goal.
for you. Lil B and Creasel, take a look at the iPad. The password is Shore. Creasel, you're down 16, so the option is still on you. What do you want to do, first or second? Five seconds.
Second. Oh.
All right, Lil B and Marnie for 10.
Jersey.
Shore.
That's what I was afraid of. Would you have got that if I said Jersey?
Good one.
Probably not.
You didn't watch Snooki?
Cam's here?
That was a great show.
I have an IQ higher than 30.
I would have.
So do I, Rosie. Not according to your
I would
score.
have responded with Chaser myself.
Yeah.
Jersey Chaser, yeah.
That's actually a good answer.
Appreciate it.
Wow, you guys, that was good. I was
Very good.
impressed.
All right, the Broads are
How did we
back
do?
on the board. It's now 35-9. Lil B and Marnie Gellner with the lead. Marnie and Rosen. Take a look at the iPad, please. The password is title. All right, Rosie, down 26.
Jeez.
Are you okay over there?
Hell was that?
She's now in concussion protocol.
She gets
Just get
excited.
myself into place.
She gets excited.
Rosie, the option's on you. You want to go first or second?
Sounded like
Roser.
the bottom falling out of Creasel and Rosen's chances.
Wow.
Championship first. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Wait.
I'm going first.
Okay. Rosen and Creasel for 10.
Championship.
Trophy.
Marnie and Lil B for 9. Five seconds.
Winner.
Title.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
I should have said national, but that was.
Well, I was waiting for you to say. I was waiting for you to.
waiting for you to
I
say
was
something
waiting
with
for you to
title.
say something like president. You know, a title of a person. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That was
Could've gone
really
down
good,
that
though. You
road.
guys are good at what you do.
Yeah. Well,
That was a hell of
Reason
an
they're the
answer.
one seed.
yeah, they are.
Halftime already?
Man.
If this were
that
a
was
fight,
quick.
they'd stop it.
Yeah, they would.
Creasel, you might want to give one of those motivational, inspirational speeches during halftime
Hey,
here.
you don't have to charge him. You could just do it for free.
They could go to johncreasel.com.
44-9 at halftime. Of course, you can watch the second half of Program Password at KFAN.com/watch. Head over to our contest page at KFAN.com and enter for your chance to win a 2-night stay at Breezy Point Resort for 4, including golf, all thanks to Custom One. That's KFAN.com. Keyword contest enter today.
Second half action for the Program Password Invitational semifinal matchup between the top-seeded Broads back, the Broad squad. They had a commanding lead, and it was a very telling comment Rosen earlier when they got on the board for the first time. He said, well, at least we won't get shut out. It seems almost you're just happy to be here.
I said that at the beginning.
Yeah.
Well, they have, it's kind of like facing Oklahoma City here. It's like facing the Thunder. They're just
15 puppets, one string.
You're the same height as Julius Randle,
well,
right?
that's I'm trying to put out effort.
You are.
I am. They've just been that good.
They are.
I will tip my cap. I'm not wearing one. You are. But
What's the
Tip it.
score?
the
Tim?
Jersey Shore
Tip
one
it.
was impressive.
rout.
That was, yeah. But it's not over yet.
Well, it's getting there. It's
We're getting there.
44
No one asked
to 9. Lil B and
What is
Marnie
it? I'm
Gellner.
sorry.
44 to 9.
Oh, God.
Lil B and Marnie Gellner with the lead.
All right.
Lil B and Marnie, you guys have always kind of struggled in the Program Password. Do you feel like this is like a different year for you guys? Just a different vibe? What's going on? Or is it
There's
just
still
a
time to struggle. We're
just a
not,
competition?
I'm not overconfident.
No.
We're not breezing through
No.
anything. We're putting the work in.
Yes. Good sleep last night.
Common, if you could like tap dance for like a minute, I'd appreciate it because my I cannot get my
I'm
proper
eating.
website.
Oh, I'm sorry to interrupt you during your own show.
I eat an orange every day now. It's not the same as an apple a day keeps the doctor away. An orange a day keeps Anita Bryant away. Do you guys know who Anita Bryant is?
Probably don't know that either.
Yeah, there was a trial.
Well,
She was a witness
originally,
in or
again,
something.
She was
No?
she was like Miss Universe or Miss
Yeah,
America or
yeah,
something
Miss-
like that. And then
Miss
she did
America.
orange. She was a spokesperson for Florida Oranges.
right.
A day
Forever
without
and ever.
sun, a day without
So
orange
no-
juice is like a day without sunshine.
So
Then
no
she-
trial?
A little bit of controversy in her life, too, but
Yeah.
that's a whole nother.
What happened? Can
How
you
much
say?
time do we have? How much time do we need to kill?
What
time?
happened?
I think it had something to do with gay people and what she said. Isn't it?
Oh.
Was it a
I
comment?
think that might have been it.
Yeah.
Okay.
She wasn't real thrilled with it.
All right.
Anyway, she was a controversial figure back in the day.
Okay.
Change the subject, but
Yeah, go ahead.
the championship, the title, if you will,
Right.
the title game of this tournament, is it going to be in this studio or is it a live audience studio
Good question.
production? Have we looked ahead?
I think it depends on when it is.
That'd be up to
If we have time to fill the room, if they want to fill
Okay.
the room.
That's up to
Probably
NPR.
depends on schedule and
Sure.
whether you guys are in the tournament, in the championship or not.
Okay.
Yeah, I just was wondering. I've
You guys
been
draw a
to
crowd.
I
it.
pretended to be
I've
humble.
been to it
I've
as
already
an
said
I
audience
wonder when
member.
that's going
She's
to
already
be.
looking ahead to the championship.
Yeah.
I was just asking.
Okay.
You guys ought to take that as ammunition.
I'll let
Yeah,
you know
we're
with
trying.
my
Oh,
schedule.
Yeah.
Is your iPad working over there, by the way? I'm not getting internet on my side.
Yes,
so
it
just want to make
says
sure you two.
halftime.
Okay.
That was you gave it away.
Password is halftime.
So let's
turn is it?
Let's try it. I won't be able to see
Okay.
when the word pops up on my end. So if
Okay.
I talk before you guys can see the word on your end, just let me know, and
Okay.
we'll slow things down a little bit. But like I said, Lil B and Marnie Gellner lead. Creasel and Rosen 44 to 9 at halftime. The winner of this game will take on the winner of Friday's game, which will be Corey Cove and Justin Gard versus Max Fuller and Mitsas. That'll be Friday at 1:30. We should be on Lil B and John Creasel. Can you two take a look at the iPad, please? The password is rack.
Creasel's laughing.
All right, you guys were able to see that over there? All right, Creasel, you're down 35 points. Long way to come back. You're going to have the option for a while here. You want to go first or second?
First, what the heck?
Yeah, what the hell?
That's usually not a good sign when you start doing that approach.
They're swinging now.
Creasel and Rosen for 10.
Breasts.
Power trip. That wasn't an official guess.
Well, you guessed.
No, come on. Have a sense of humor.
Lil B and Marnie for 9.
Come on.
Well,
no,
go
that
ahead.
wasn't a real guess.
Make your guess.
Words.
Make your guess.
This isn't charity.
Let's not do this.
You're like the PGA guy.
Make your
looking at
guess.
a guy.
I'm giving you
Let's go.
5 seconds to get your guess right now.
Bosom.
Lil B and Marnie for 9.
Nice.
Knockers.
Wow.
Creasel and Rosen for 8.
Ribs.
Rack.
Thank you.
Add it, last one.
We're back. We're back on track.
I have a feeling that'll be replayed on social media later today.
They're nice.
Good start to the second half for
Yeah, I love
Creasel
it.
and Rosen.
Loving that.
Rice.
It's 44-17. Broads with the lead. Marnie and Rosen. Take a look at the iPad, please. The password is cruise.
Oh, that was an
Take it
explanation.
down.
Still thinking about rack?
Still like about the ribs more than anything. Yeah.
Rosie, down 27 points. The option is yours. You want to go first or second? Five seconds.
I'll go first.
All right, Rosie and Creasel for 10.
Tom.
Brady.
Marnie and Lil B for 9.
Carnival.
Fair.
Rose, watch out, Marnie. Rosie and Creasel for 8.
Actor.
Hanks.
Marnie and Lil B for 7. Five seconds.
Religious.
Cruz.
I couldn't think of his religion.
Religious.
Scientology.
Scientologist. Dang it. So I was going Carnival Cruise, thinking
Yeah.
that
I was thinking a fair.
Of course
Like
you were.
tilt-a-whirl,
Right.
games.
Except that I said
What have you.
Carnival.
Okay.
Yep.
We got the points.
I feel like
The
that was
window
a
was open
missed
for-
opportunity
window was open
there
there.
for
Huge
yes, we
missed
had a
opportunity.
chance to go back to back. It's now 51-17.
Yeah.
Lil
I
B
feel
and
like,
Marnes
I
with the
feel like
lead.
Rosie was trying to telepathically give
I
Grace-
was. I know
it was
Tom
a big
was-
breath.
Staring
He
at
just stares
him.
like,
It was creepy.
Tom
Read
could
my
be
mind.
anything.
I was
very
thinking
intense.
of every Tom on the planet.
Yeah, so
I
was
know. No, I was. It's a tough one. First clue, but the
That
second
was the
one.
first thing I thought of was Tom Cruise. Yes.
Seriously.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Who's
All right, it's 51-17. Lil B and Marnie with the lead. Lil B and Creasel. Take a look at the iPad. The password is heel. All right, you got a Creasel?
Yes.
Down 34 points. You've got the option. What do you want to do, first or second?
Second.
All right, Lil B and Marnie for 10. Five seconds.
Ointment.
Lotion.
Creasel and Rosen for 9.
Foot.
Oh man, sorry, I went past.
Lil B and Marnie for 8.
Better.
Creasel and Rosen for 7.
Foot.
Healing.
One chance to change it.
Heal.
There we go.
As soon as he said that,
Oh, there we go.
yeah.
Damn it.
Oh, we're back in it.
No, you're not. Take that away from
They're
me.
still
in it.
alive. It's
We're
51 to
alive.
24.
They're back in it.
Yeah. Thank you.
3-possession game.
Whoa.
Marnie and Rosie, take a look at the iPad, please.
Is that true?
Whoa.
What's going on?
Tibbs don't have a job anymore.
Wow.
New York Knicks are relieving Tom
I'd
Thibodeau of his duties as head coach.
I'd read several stories.
Why would
That
they
was-
fire him after?
I read several stories that
Does it?
they were deciding to go in a different
They just
ownership.
didn't like him?
Everyone's ripping Carl.
What?
Everyone's ripping Bodega Cat, and now they get rid of the coach.
Wow.
Crazy. Breaking news.
Doesn't make any sense. Anyway,
Back to the game.
back to the game.
All right, Lil B and
Marnes, let's
Marnie
go,
lead
Marnes.
51 to 24. Marnie and Rosen, iPad, please. The password is power. Rosie down 27. You guys have hit 2 of the last 3. You got a little momentum going. You want to keep it going? You can choose between first or second here. Five seconds.
I'll go first.
All right, Rosen and Creasel for 10.
Strong.
Bull.
Marnie and Lil B for 9.
Force.
Tough.
Rosie and Creasel for 8.
Trip.
Powerful.
One chance to change
Power. Let's
Powerful
go.
trip.
Let's go. Let's
They're
go.
coming. They're coming. That was a difficult word.
Let's not do this. Come on, Marnes.
Okay.
23-7 run for Creasel and Rosen. All of a sudden, it's 51 to 32.
Do you want me to explain to you how it feels to lose to Rosen?
No, I don't.
You're about to experience what it looks like. You guys got to
I don't know about that.
It's a 19-point game. Lil B and Creasel. Take a look at the iPad. The password is danger. Creasel, you can make this interesting. You can make this a 1-possession game, and you got the option. You want to go first or second? Five seconds.
Yikes. Second.
All right, Lil B and Marnie for 10.
Hazardous.
Creasel and Rosen for 9.
Warning.
Label.
Lil B and Marnie for 8.
Trouble.
Caution.
So I was going to guess, but thank you.
Creasel and Rosen for 7.
Caution.
Safety.
Lil B and Marnie for 6. Five seconds.
Situation.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
One chance to change it.
Danger.
Oh, man.
That's a tough one.
It was.
You know how much easier it is sitting over here when you're out there? Because I knew it first clue, but when you're playing, it's hard.
That's
Yeah,
a
that's
hard
I saw
word.
it was like, let's go first. The
That's
next
a
thing I'm
hard
thinking,
word.
what will I say? Don't know.
Boy.
Take the, what was that, 5, Tana?
You get 6 out of it, so
Okay.
you're up to 57. You're 23 points away from a win. It's 57 to 32.
Okay.
Marnie and Rosen, take a look at the iPad. The password is Norm. All right, Rosie, down 25. The option is on you. You want to go first or second?
Second.
All right, Marnie and Lil B for 10.
Cheers!
Bar.
Rosie and Creasel for 9.
Beer.
Drink.
Marnie and Lil B for 8.
Name.
Norm.
Yep.
Yes!
That's tough.
Great.
I wasn't thinking name. I was thinking just the word.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm
Norm
thinking, what
is
are
a
the
word.
norm?
Like, the norm?
How would you go? What would you
That were
Norm?
He just died.
R.I.P.
I know.
That's why I was thinking about it.
It's not a last name. There's
Wow.
not a.
I could not think of his.
That's really
George
good.
Wentz is the actual
George
name.
Wentz.
Yeah, George
That
Wentz.
was really, really
That was
good.
it.
George or Wentz, we were not going to get that.
There you
Martz.
go.
Let's get hot.
Well,
I think that you could win because of George Wentz's death.
yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
And because I like beer.
And something good
Yeah,
could
we all
come
know.
from it.
Maybe
Yes.
something good can come from George Wentz's death. Yeah.
That's what George would have wanted.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's a Broadsback fan.
It is 65-32. So Lil B and Marnie are 15 points away from a win. Lil B and Creasel, iPad, please. The password is Explorer. All right, Creasel, you're down 33, but the beauty of it is you're going to have the option for a while. You can come back in this thing. What do you want to do here? You want to go first or second? Five seconds.
First. Second. Sorry.
A second?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So say it didn't sound like you wanted to go first.
No, it did not.
Lil B and Marnie for 10.
Carmen.
Santiago. That's 2 words.
Creasel and Rosen for 9.
Columbus.
Opera.
Lil B and Marnie for 8.
That went through me.
Hiker.
Explorer.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Good one. I thought Dora. Do you want to know Dora?
Yes.
Oh, no. That would have for sure
Yeah,
been.
Carmen was.
You would have known
Damn
Dora
it,
the
why
Explorer?
did I say
Yeah.
Dora?
I was thinking
That's
of
what I
opera.
thought
We
you
should-
guys were going to say.
Explorer.
Carmen Sandiego, great show.
Great show. All right.
needs to be
We're
brought
down to
back.
the last breath here.
Here's where we're at. Lil B and Marnie have 73 points. So if they get 7 or more, they are victorious and they're heading to the championship. Creasel and Rosen, you're at 32. So you're still 48 away from a
Yeah,
victory.
we can add.
What?
It's okay that you're mad at yourself and you're taking it out on me.
You're
That's
mad
fine.
at yourself?
No,
You're
I'm
not mad at Tenna.
I'm not mad at you.
Marnie and Rosen, take a look at the iPad. The password is zombie. All right, Rosie. I already know you know this because you're great at math, but you're down 41 points.
I learned everything. That's what I care math I learned from Zach.
You've got the option here. They're crucial the rest of the way here. What do you want to do? You want to go first or second?
First.
All right, Rosie and Creasel for 10.
Apocalypse.
Now.
Marnie and Lil B for 9 and the win.
People.
Zombies.
Yeah. Still going second.
They're heading to the Broads are back in the championship.
The Broads are back.
Broads are back in the ship.
Well done.
Congratulations, you guys.
Those were hard
82
words,
to
Tenna.
32.
Jeez, they were hard
That
words.
was very difficult.
Yeah, it was
There were not a lot of slam dunks there.
If I would
Thanks
have,
for the invite. We'll see you next year.
if I would have said Argent, would you have said Zombies? Rod Argent.
I would have
was
said
the-
Tina.
Rod Argent was the lead
Who's that?
singer.
No, wouldn't.
Zombies. Sorry. I just have to do some
She said mummy.
Music trivia for you there.
What again? Tomb, maybe?
Yeah, I don't think.
Well, here's what I'll tell you. That was
impressive.
They made a little bit of a run there, made it interesting, but then they just they bolted to a big victory. Congratulations.
Who do you have for the matchup on Friday? Who do you think it's going to be?
It's a coin flip, I think. I think Max is a wild card. Sauce, I think Sauce is underrated. I think Hope gives him too much grief for being, him who's been teamed with him, they've lost. Yeah. I think Cope needs to take a long, hard look at himself.
Wow.
But I think it should be a toss-up. I think Max is the wild card. If Max brings his A game, I think they can win that. I think they can pull an upset. I'm assuming JG and Cole are the favorites. I think.
Probably.
What do you guys think? Who do you think's going to win?
I agree that it's a toss-up.
Good matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Thanks so much for participating.
It's not a toss-up. You guys are just being nice.
No, I think it's a toss-up. I would rather play Sauce and Max for the championship because Corey is just, his brain is on another level. And then
you're not comparing him to Einstein.
No, I'm not, but he's just very hard to play against.
Yeah. Well,
but I also think that Max is a wild card, and those two are on a different...
Yeah.
They think
hotline.
They'll have the same bits.
It could get drippy on Friday.
It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game.
I'll play whoever wins.
Chris, thanks for coming in. Always good to see you. We'll see you again soon. We'll
thank
see
you,
you
Chris.
gals next in a little bit. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
We'll see you soon. We'll take a short break. Mark Rosen stays with us for another hour here on The Fan.
Let your imagination take flight with an AI-powered PC from Lenovo. Whether it's creating digital art, designing new software, or building a portfolio for a future career, our PCs are powered by Intel Core Ultra processors to help students unlock smarter learning and unleash their creativity. That's the power of Lenovo with Intel inside. All you have to do is choose the one that fits your passion. Head to Lenovo.com to shop AI PCs and find your perfect companion. Plus, get 5% off when you create an education account.